What's good? What's going on, YouTube? It's Rody coming in back at y'all with another video. This one's kind of been requested. Some of you guys on Instagram and Snapchat kind of requested, or kind of, you know, saying more so without you even knowing it, and have been requesting this. So here it is: how to get your dress a lot faster. There is, like, I'm just gonna say this is more so for the people who already have locks, because it's gonna make the most sense to you. So, but I mean, it could apply also to those without locks, but this is more so with people already with locks. Alright, so check it. So a couple videos back, I told you guys that I had some locks that were thinning in the back and some that aren't there on the sides as well. And what I did was pretty much, I did the similar method as the interlock method, but I did it without any tools. I just basically took the dread that was thin, and I took the dread that was next to it that was healthy, and I took the tip of the lock and I just intertwined it through the root, crisscrossed it north, south, east, west, back down, and pretty much essentially made a knot in the root, from the root of my locks. Now, I say this is more so towards people, like I said, who already have locks, because pretty much I had maybe like a month or so of new growth when I did this, when I took the thinner one. And so it was already kind of like nappy at the roots, and you know how it is when your hair needs a retwist, and you may have to pull some of your hair apart because it's in the marrying stage, or like the roots are sticking together. Now after a month or so of doing that, this is pretty much how those locks look. Now I have a chicken foot, like not a two-headed dragon, but a whole live chicken foot, where you know there's 3 like little feet and they're all connected together. Like, see if you guys can peep this. You guys see? Right here, it's all of that's one. Clearly, this is all one lock connected. All of that's one lock connected, and all connected at the root, based off, and then they spread out like that. Hopefully, you guys can see that, and they spread out like that. Hold on, yeah, you guys should be able to see that, like so. And that's only after a month. Like, I can pull them, I can do all sorts of things, and they're not gonna rip. They're not gonna split apart. All connected, and that took about a month. Now, and as you guys can see, you know what I'm saying, it's not thinning. I can twist it, I can retwist it, it'll be good. Usually because it's a chicken foot, I keep them braided. Like, these just stay braided, and I braid it, and I keep it down on the other side. And the same with this side as well. With this side as well too. This was the other thin side, because you guys know how my barber was snipping off locks, kind of in the base of my locks. I told you guys in a couple of videos back. So this actually what prompted that. And so, like I said, it was about a month ago. And then this is pretty much what my locks are looking like now. And this is the other side. And this is just a two-headed dragon, right? This is just 2 of them connected. You guys can see that clearly. You know what I'm saying? Locked there, I could twist it and everything like that. I'm gonna leave this one alone, because this one looks like it can start thinning out as well too. But yeah, I probably could have added 3 to this one, but the reason I felt like I didn't was because the other one that was next to it was so far spaced apart. And so basically across the middle of my head, I think that's probably like 3 of these that's combined. Yeah, it's 3 of them that's combined. So pretty much, like I said, what I do is I take the tip of the weak one, of the weakest of the thin lock, or whatever that you would think that you might as well cut out, is gonna fall out. I take the tip of that one, I connect it through the dread next to it that has like this healthy and thick. Bring it up, bring it down, left, right, back down again, and it's a knot. Like I said, essentially. I'll probably make a video. I don't have any more that are thin or whatever like that to actually show you and give you guys an example. So it's pretty much a one-stop shop, but I would try to pretty much show you guys how it's done in a later video. But yeah, so shout out to Lamuki64, Tokyo Twins, TCS_J, Marmar138, G-Wiz, Bo, Braze J, Savage Locks, Ace Locks, 910 Bandit, and Amuk 2005. you guys pretty much, I guess we'll say, I say this week or lately, you know what I'm saying, pretty much, we've been conversing about, you know, this issue and what you can do to get your hair to lock faster. And I would say, like, the process never ends. Like, for me, like, right now, my problem area is, as I told you guys before, it's always been my front, and I even got a new dread that's coming in now, because of the double lineup or whatever like that. Of course, some of the hair, and this is one of the things about having an edge up as well with locks, the hair along here, you know, sometimes, you know, some of that hair won't necessarily go into a lot, and pretty much what ended up happening was, now I can't find it, it's camera shy. Oh, here we go. So this is a lock right here that's coming in right here. New lock. I'm pretty sure it's locked up. I can't uncomb it out. I'm not going to try, but I mean, for the most part, it's tangled up and everything like that. I twisted up in one direction, and instead of letting it, because it's so small and there's so much thin, and you guys can tell, like, it's just a twist at this point. It's not a dread, because it totally looks different from a dread, and the twist, like, it's just kind of like, you know, it's at the baby stages, you know, brings me back. But you know, there you can definitely see my hair texture. This is my hair texture right there, you know, turning into dread. So as you guys can see, like, that's just like, it's just wet, you know. So I put some water on my hair, it turns into a curl or whatever like that. It's not much nappiness in it, it's real hard. So with that, I just twisted up. It's been twisted like this for maybe like a month or two, maybe 3 months, I don't know. And I take this dread right here, twist it into this dread, pretty much like a 2-strand twist. Bam, 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 bam. Twist it up like so, throw it back up in there, and I just leave it alone. And I just let it go. So pretty much a couple months from now, like I said, I plan on actually interlocking my head one good time, so that I can only go back like semi-quarterly, like every 3 months, once every 3 months, or maybe even 4. So like probably once every 3 months to again retighten. Because this Florida heat and the sweat and everything like that is just kind of like, it's kind of like at this point now, it's kind of like it makes twisting pointless, because it's just kind of like, oh, and that's another thing. I would suggest this method. It makes twisting pointless, and I would suggest this method for those people who have soft locks and who are already, for number one, I suggest interlocking at least one time for those with soft hair, because it'll accelerate the locking process. And for number two, if you have soft hair, you know, I suggest the interlocking process, because like you can be twisting for months and months and months on end, you're gonna be shelling out way more money, you know, than those who have coarser hair, because your hair is always gonna be stuck in that frizzy mode. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Like, man, I can't keep curls, I can't keep anything on my hair, you know, and then I'm already a hot body. I just sweat profusely anyway. So there it is. How to lock your hair faster. The products that I use are, other than oil and water right now, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I've said a million times, it's summertime, and I don't try to overproduct my hair in the summer, because like I said, I sweat a lot and I have naturally oily skin, so I don't want breakouts. Water, you know what I'm saying, to keep the pores cleansed, to keep yourself hydrated as well. But I was thinking going towards like just regular shea butter. I'm just gonna do like all natural products and stuff like that, simply because almost 5 years in the game, I'm starting to see a little bit of residues and stuff like that getting on my ends, getting into my ends and stuff like that. You guys don't see any residue now. And this is what I was praising about my hair. You know what I'm saying? What I love about my hair so much is, you know, no residue. And all the black, you don't see no nasty sweat, dirt, none of that stuff that you see in a lot of people's locks, you know. Hair pretty, I keep my hair pretty healthy. I like to think so. Yeah, so instead of just basically letting that thin lock, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but basically instead of letting that thin lock just hang out by itself, I pretty much just keep it, you know what I'm saying, protected and everything. like that. And one thing I don't like, one thing I've noticed is my hair is uneven. Like, it's longer on this side than it is on the other side. So I need to do a trim. That's another thing I feel like it's coming to. I need a trim. I like the natural layering that I have going on. How it's just kind of like like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then the back, how it makes that little V or whatever, like that little perfect V. Little V thing. I'll have to stand up to you guys to show you guys. But you guys have seen it. Like, it makes that perfect V. But I feel like still on my ends I need a trim, simply because I got these like the little new growths. Like, you know, back in the day when you first started, you know, the unlocked ends like these. Little curly ends like these. And I know people say, you know, don't well, no, not like these. I don't have any. Gosh, where's one? He's saying the camera shy. Well, it's pretty much like, I don't know, I can't find any now, but like this. Like, you guys, if you guys have any where it's like, it's a whole lot going all the way down to your dread, but then it's like, it'll have like a little indentation in your lock, and then it'll be like a little thin part, and then it'll be like another lock like that. I've had a few of those, and I would just trim them off, simply because they would be space in between and they'd be thin and look like they'll fall off. So I know there's gonna be some people out there saying like, don't cut them. But I think that would help. A trim would just help everything be even, and I want everything to grow even. So you can clearly see on one side longer than the other, uneven. But I don't know. So do that. So I feel like interlocking for softer hair will definitely lock your hair faster. Actually using gels or waxes. Creams, so however you want to call it. If it's not a gel, it's a cream / wax type of substance, no matter how you want to swing it. It's your preference. I just feel like, you know, following it up with good washes and great maintenance would just be the only thing that prevents you from buildup. Alright, so I'm Rody, and hopefully that answered you guys' questions. Alright.